And you're welcome back to Morning Express. Now let's delve into other discussions in a bid to help consolidate security gains through alternative means. Many people are advocating for different parts of the country to be, saddled with responsibility of ensuring security across the nation. And right now we're being joined by a very special guest, Ambassador Joshua Osatimehin, who is the Commander-in-Chief or Commander-General, Nigeria Hunters and Forest Security Service. A very warm morning to you, Ambassador. It's wonderful to have you in the studio.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Very interesting. I believe people want to know what NHFSS means. Before we delve into conversations, what is your organization all about?
All right. Thank you. Good morning once again to all our listeners. NHFSS is the name was given by the Senate.
Yes.
During the Ninth Assembly. Although it was originally registered as community-based hunter association, with the mandate to support the constituted authority,
yes,
like the police, the civil defense, and the army, the military rather, to combat crime within the forest. And the bill went through first, second, third reading. We under the leadership of the Ninth Assembly.
Yes.
And this bill was sponsored by our dear Vice President, Senator, His Excellency, Senator Kashim Shettima.
Yes.
Then he was serving as a senator, overseeing the affair of Interior Committee within the Senate. And to the glory of God, they find that there is a space for hunter to occupy within the National Security Assessor. And the bill was unanimously endorsed by the two houses of National Assembly, both the Senate and the House of Rep. So they removed some clauses and add some clauses. That is why Nigeria Hunter and Forest Security Service was given back to, for the purpose of combating crime as forest security surveillance to the constituted authority.
Well, Ambassador, you have quite beautifully laid out the foundation of how your organization came about to be. Now, here I have an information that the NHFSS was formerly known as the Nigeria Hunter Council, where it was just a group meant for hunting purposes and the rest. But now you have moved from just hunting to issues of real security within areas around the country that are not really governed by or protected by the police or the military. You are in charge of forest. And we have seen situations where criminality takes place in the forest, where people are taken to either shrines within this forest and killed, butchered, used for ritual killings and the rest. That is on one hand. And we've also seen people illegally cutting down trees, causing deforestation, and thereby, the consequence is just a long chain that follows. How do you tackle all of these things at the NHFSS?
All right, thank you. Let me first correct the impression that the organization was registered for purpose of gaming.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
It was originally registered to support the police and the military.
Okay, interesting. It was just a name change.
Yes. If people hear hunter, they believe that just a gaming. No, there are more to that.
Yes.
For example, if you are a police officer and you are posted to Akwa Ibom and you are living in Abuja, you are born and brought up in Abuja, you will not perform to the level of the community, as in to certify the community, because you are a stranger in that area. But as a hunter who was born and raised in that community, you know the terrain. So that is what gave back to Nigeria Hunter and Forest Security Service. Let me just go to the memory lane.
Yes.
2016, there was a bomb blast in Adamawa, to be precise, in Jimeta.
In front of the markets.
Yes. And people are now talking about how do they solve all this insecurity within the local villages.
Yes.
And one of the emir there said, Hunter need to be incorporated.
Yes.
I was on the network news. Then I pick up the matter. We went to CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission, that we want to register Hunter. I wrote a letter to then NSA and to the Chairman, National Security and Intelligence House of Representatives,
yes,
that we want to coordinate all the hunters in Nigeria, so to be under one umbrella. And the go-ahead was given. And to the glory of God, we started from village to village, because we know that we have a lot of bad eggs. And for us not to recruit bad eggs into the system, we'll give you a form. Your traditional institution, the head of traditional institution, the king in your village, we sign for you to know if you have good character, good conduct. DSS will sign, police will sign,
yes,
in order for us to get the best to combat crime. We need the forest. And that is how the journey started.
yes.
And from today, as I'm talking to you, we have hunter in all the 774 local government, in our command structure, in all the 36 states of the country, supporting the police. So I now know it go beyond gaming now.
Gaming, yes.
You understand?
It's now a matter of serious security.
Yeah, security. To perform the role of local intelligence.
Yes.
And I used to say this, the military and the police that we have in Nigeria, they are one of the best in the world. Just of recent this year, our police officer went for International Police Summit.
Yes.
It was the best. And the military, they have been winning the best award. Internationally. But when we come to national security,
yes,
they are loopholes. These people, they are human beings. They are not ghosts. Police cannot be in the forest and be in the town at the same time. And Nigeria forest region, forest space, occupy over 10 million acres of land.
10 million acres.
Hectares, not
Hectares,
acres,
okay.
yes. All protected, all governed, no government presence there. That is why you see, if you kidnap, you take to the forest.
And do what you want
and
to do.
And do what to do. Ritually, you go to the forest. So this forest has become porous to criminal element to perpetrate their evil deed. And the police, the army, they are doing wonderfully well. They need helping hand.
They need that local intelligence that you provide.
That is where we come in, because we are born and brought up in our various local villages.
So let me get this straight before you carry on. Every single member of your hunters group or association that is in any community or local government area has to be someone who is familiar with that terrain.
With the forest terrain.
You can't take somebody from maybe Sokoto and take them to perhaps KB or Taraba to be part of your organization.
That means you have mixed it up.
Okay.
Because if you take me, for example, I live in Nasarawa.
Yes.
And you take me to Sokoto. Yes. I become stranger there. I'm a stranger there.
So the local intelligence effort is defeated.
That is it. So that is why hunter must be commissioned under federal government law to gather intelligence to the military. We shouldn't be waiting for if there's any issue within the forest, I will be calling police or DSS or the military.
Yes.
There must be a security presence within the forest. Okay, let me tell you something, sir. In Nigeria, both the military and the paramilitary, we are less than 1 million. And our population is about 240 million.
At the moment.
At the moment. But Badaglas, one of the Asian countries, they have 170 million with over 6 million, both the military and the paramilitary. Are you getting this something now? So the military are overstretched. The police, they are overstretched. They need somebody that will be giving them that intelligent report within the forest. We have about 10 security agencies in Nigeria, both the military and paramilitary. We have the military, we have the police, we have the civil defense, we have the NSCDC, that's civil defense, we have NDLA, we have custom, we have immigration, we have CIA, we have NIA, we have DIA, we have road safety, we have ICPC and EFCC.
Yes.
All these people, they are working in their capacity.
In different countries.
With different mandate. And if anybody is now coming up of hunter,
yes,
we infringe on someone's constitutional mandate, I don't think is true. Because there is no, out of these 10 security agencies I just mentioned,
yes,
none of them is saddled with the responsibility of forest crime, forest local intelligence. That is where the hunter comes to.
You mentioned something about the incident that happened in Jimeta in front of the ultra modern market,
yes,
in 2016, where a bomb blast occurred. I lost a friend in the bomb blast. That's why I'm very familiar with it.
Yes.
However, within that period, we saw hunters being recruited to join the joint task force going to Mubi, Madagali, Michika,
yes,
and the rest,
yes,
to fight Boko Haram insurgency there. And one of the narrative that was around that period was that the hunters had some sort of spiritual powers, some sort of juju power to be able to surmount what the Boko Haram terrorists were doing. Is this true, and is this also in line with your organization? Now, do you guys, apart from the guns that you use, the physical armory that we know of, are you armed with other means of of power?
Okay, that is you are talking about natural efficacy.
Exactly.
In law, in the face of law, all those one is not is illegal. Is not approved.
But are you using it?
But let me tell you something,
okay,
sir. One of the reasons why hunter is creating wave anytime they go on operation with the military, because of the terrain. We know when to attack. For example, I will be limited to something because I'm on here. At least the criminals. Do you understand what I'm saying? You will know when to attack. Either when it is raining or the hour in the night to attack these people.
Yes.
So if the success come, they will think, okay, hunter has used natural efficacy. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's all about intelligent training that we have acquired within ourselves. And some people will think the local hunters, these people they are wretched, they are this, they are not educated. It's not like that.
They are highly intelligent. Over
the year, we have empowered, equipped ourselves with series of training.
Yes.
We have done training with the police on managing security and security challenges within the forested region. And I want to tell you, sir, we have over 6 professors among us. We have more than 70 PhD holder.
Yes.
We have a lot of master degree. And the local hunters you see, we have also guided their capacity through this certificate course.
Yes.
And some of them are doing diploma now with Afe Babalola University.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So they are well trained. And when you say Nigerian Hunter and Forest Security Service, that's NHFSS, it's of 2 composition. We have the regular, we have the directorate. The directorate are the local hunter that live and resident within their locality. So those are the people we use to navigate the forest for the regular. Even in the military, we have the regular, we have the short service, we have the NDA, you know what I'm saying? So we have positioned ourselves for the task ahead. And we have been trained by the military on the understanding of national security. Army Resource Center, Asokoro. We have gone to almost 13 training school of police colleges in Nigeria. We have gone to Wanuna in Benue. We have been trained in Saria Road in Plateau State, that's police.
Yes.
We have gone to Bauchi to a police training school. We have gone to police training school in Bonu. We have gone to Kaduna Police Training School, Nekede that is Imo State. We have gone to Nowata in River State, and we have gone to Ojiriba in Enugu State. We have been to Police College Iperu, that's Ogun State. We have been to Oyose, a police training school. We have gone to Ondo. That's all these are police colleges.
Yes.
And civil defense, they have 3 colleges. They have one in Abeokuta. We have been there. We have been in another one in Castina. We have been in in Suka. That's the headquarters in Abuja.
In Abuja, yeah.
To tell you that we have been gathering training from the parental body of
both intelligence and physical training.
Intelligent and physical training.
Yes.
Even the DSS, they have trained on different occasions in order for us to at least to get the latest approach in tackling internal security within the forested region.
Well, earlier I asked a question about the natural efficacy, which you sort of brushed over. You didn't want to go fully into details of that. With the current security situation, just recently, but before you came into the studio, I was taking a headline story where Boko Haram members attacked an army camp, killed some soldiers, killed about ambushed NSCDC officers, 7 people were abducted and the rest. And you also know about the recent terror group in Sokoto and KB, the Lakurawa.
Yes, Lakurawa.
So all of these things continue to happen. And it appears that sometimes the natural efficacy that you're talking about is also being used by these bandits and terrorists. In as much as it is illegal, in your words, in the Nigerian constitution, is it something that can be adopted openly to fight these guys and bring this surge of insecurity to a complete end, if not to a complete end, to a reasonable level?
You know, I will continue to say this. What is missing in our national security,
yes,
is the issue of local intelligence in the forest. Government oversee everything. There's no natural efficacy that can be better or stronger than the government.
Than the eyes of the government.
Yes. Even the people you see today, the Boko Haram leader, the military have wasted some of them.
Yes.
It's only that they keep coming,
New recruits keep coming in.
When the military dislodge them here and the military go back to the barrack, what happened to the space left behind, the vacuum?
Somebody else comes and takes
it. Take over. That is why there must be a security presence within the forest. Okay, let's put the issue of natural efficacy now
aside.
If you say you have, they too have, Abi?
Yes.
You have. But we are talking about government law. If you say you disappear, you do. In the face of law, that one is not approved.
It's null and void.
Yes, but we are talking about the presence of the security. Now when we say, okay, army, they have a mandate of safeguarding the territorial integrity.
Yes.
The police, the internal security of the country. The DSS, they gather local intelligence. Abi? The CIA, the NIA, they gather military intelligence, both within and outside the country. The civil defense, they are mandated to protect
lives and property.
No,
government infrastructure.
Government infrastructure. Yes. Do you understand what I'm saying? But there is no agency that are present within the forest to gather local intelligence or to mount security presence within the forested region and the bushes. Now, a bag of rice now is almost at 80,000 or thereabout, even 100. Because farmer cannot go to the farm again. Imagine now as a farmer, I need to pay some amount before I can enter my farm.
Like in Sokoto?
In Sokoto.
Where the Lakurawas have said that the farmers need to pay, the community dwellers need to pay levies up to the tune of about 150 million naira to be able to go to their farms and to even live in the community.
And I even read something last 2 weeks. They say 2025 will be worse more than this in terms of full scarcity.
Because of all the happenings throughout this year.
This year, nobody can go. Sir, forget about that. We are natural, we are efficacy. No, we are talking about filling the gap. We have to give it to the military. Any military or the police you find in the forest is as a result of patriotism and commitment.
How much of this gap have you filled up as NHFSS?
We have, I can say 80% of it, even without being commissioned.
That's interesting.
Let me start from the notice.
Okay.
2019, when His Excellency Governor Solom entered, he called 1,000 of our members. He commissioned them, and they were working. They have been working with Agro Ranger Department of Civil Defense for the purpose of protecting farmers.
Yes.
But that is governor's effort. We are talking about the Mr. President now to centralize this organization in every 36 states of the country.
Yes.
Now when you go to Bauchi, we are working, 600 members of our organization have been receiving stipends since 2020 from Governor Bala Mohammed.
Of Bauchi.
Bauchi State. He has been doing well for us. He has given us more than 300 motorbike and some healers to aid our
due to the terrains that you have to ply.
Exactly. And just in Southwest, another day this year, our men arrested 11 kidnappers. And none of these kidnappers, none of them come from Nigeria.
They are foreigners.
They are foreigners. When we handed over to Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, he have to give us sailors and some machine to boost the morale of our officer.
Yes.
And they are working towards to adopt the services of our men into state security agency department there. When you go to Oshu State, during the former governor, he adopted Hunter as his second baby. And that is why you see all the success story of former governor in Oshu State. 80% come from Hunter in terms of internal security.
Yes.
He gave us 62 machines, he gave us 3 vehicles. And during the reign of Governor Yaya in Kogi State, he even built 3-bedroom structure and donated to us because they kidnapped one of the government functionaries. A ransom of 70 million was demanded. It was Hunter that rescued the man, no payment, and even rescued the civil defense officer attached to him because both of them were kidnapped. I don't know if you understand.
I'm getting it.
He built 3-bedroom and donated. That's what we are using as our headquarters in Kogi State. When the governor Dodo entered, His Excellency, he has recruited 50 per local government, making Kogi has 21 local government.
Yes.
So by now,
that's 50 times 21.
No, that's about 1,050 that be recruited into the system now, and he has given us about 8 Sienna buses within a year.
Your organization seems to have a very large network. It's almost not as small as people might misconstrue it to be. With all of these achievements that you have mentioned and the donations made by state governors due to the fact that your activities in these states are ensuring the safety of lives and property, especially within areas that are not manned by police or the military. I know these are favors from governors, but constitutionally, has anything been done that is tangible enough to aid your activities and make it easier for your men to work?
Yeah, that is why I have to give it to the leadership of this present Senate.
Yes.
And we really thank them under the leadership of His Excellency, the Senate President, Senator Akpabio.
Yes.
When the bill was transmitted, after it has undergone legislative processes during the Night Assembly, it was transmitted to Mr. President, that is former president, and the bill was not signed. I don't know, all our effort to make it done, it was not, but we have to reintroduce the bill again.
Yes.
The bill has been introduced, and the House of Rep have done their first, second, third reading, and has been transmitted now to the Senate for concurrent, because public hearing has been conducted before during the night assembly.
Yes.
And when a bill is coming from that axis, you don't need public hearing again.
Yes.
It's just concurrent.
Yes.
They have done first concurrent, second concurrent, and we are waiting the third concurrent now, so that there will be transmission to Mr. President for official assent.
For official assent.
If the assent is given, it will burden our officer to work within the forest. Because sometimes we find it very difficult when we even come across them in the forest.
Yes.
Because we are not empowered to do so. But
not fully empowered.
Empowered by law. So if there is a legal framework guiding our capacity,
yes,
guiding our mode of operation, we know that this is our mandate. Where it will give us the confidence. Because if someone is kidnapped now, you can't blame the police. You can't blame the military, because that is not their primary mandate.
Yes.
Our mandate in the forest is to secure the forest space by gathering intelligent, local intelligence,
yes,
to the constituted authority, to the military for reinforcement, to the police for reinforcement. It's not when things has happened, they kidnap, they took, they this or that, before you be calling the police. There must be a teleguided movement by we, the hunter, monitoring these people within
and then sending out information
to... Yeah, from there we can send relevant information to the constituted authority, yes, for reinforcement. That is what, and I believe within few weeks or some months, we are praying that the assent will be given.
And how has the reception been like for you and your men, especially in rural communities within the country or in different states? How has the reception been like from dwellers of these places?
It has been overwhelming.
Okay.
Because it's only between me and you, it's only a criminal that will not like the existence of this organization.
Yes.
Because we are the last cadre to the people, yes, in the society. How many police can we find in the rural villages? How many military? Oh, the town have been congested. So, but with the presence of this organization and backed by law, it will strengthen the internal security.
Yes.
And by extension, the national security will be strengthening. Are we getting
I'm getting you.
And part of the acceptability by the critical stakeholders is the traditional institutions. Like Sultan of Sokoto is one of our patrons.
Yes. I
was with him, and he offers his prayer, and he also makes some comment.
Yes.
And there are certain things that I can't say on here.
No, well, but you can brush over it.
Oni of Ife is also a patron.
Yes.
And Obi of Onisha from Southeast.
He's a patron of the NHFSS as well.
Yes. Oba Obini, they are all patron. Sule Lamido of Adamawa.
Emir Lamido.
He even gave me a chieftaincy title.
Interesting.
Because in 2018, they kidnapped one of the palace chiefs. It was Hunter that went after them. He gave the command leaders a chieftaincy title. I'm a Jagaban Jimeta, Akalawa Adamawa.
Wow.
It was confirmed 2019. It was Lamido that gave it to as part of acceptability of the critical
That's Lamido Barkindo.
Yes.
Ali Mustafa.
Yes. Yes. So it's an evidence that these people are even expecting government to do the needful. So our men can go into the forest and dislodge this criminal element. And let me tell you something.
Okay.
We have a national park in Nigeria. Almost 17 of them.
I was going to come to that, but yes, carry on.
Yes. I was with the Conservation General. Some of this national park now is inaccessible. They are inaccessible because the bandit has dominated it.
Yes.
If you are visited Ministry of Tourism, the minister told us that we should go and create tourism police because some of the tourist sites have been dominated by the criminals and they could not even access it again. And look at the issue of the new ministry created now, Ministry of Livestock. This ministry, some of it will be sited in the bushes within the forest.
Yes.
And if there is no proper protection by the local base security outfit,
which is you,
which is we, so it's going to be difficult for result to come up. And look at the food initiative.
Yes.
Through the proactiveness of our dear president, all these things can be achieved when farmers and the local villagers are properly protected.
Now, Ambassador, we have the Yankari Game Reserve in Bauchi, the Gashaga Gumti Park in Taraba, and up ahead, still in Taraba, you'd find the vast Bamenda Highlands in Gembu. That's the Sardana local government area of Taraba State. Do you have any sort of activity going on, you and your men, within those areas that I've mentioned, considering the fact that they are natural reserves that are not really, that people really don't dwell in, thereby sort of opening up a gateway for illegal activities to happen within the park or within these reserves that people might not really know about? Are you operating there as well?
I have said it earlier that we have our command structures and our presence in all the 774 local government.
Okay.
We are working out now with the critical stakeholders in those areas. What we need is the backup of the government to allow our officers to carry out their constitutional mandate. Let me tell you something, sir. When I was doing my PhD, Security and Strategy Study, we traveled to Togo on regional tour. And went to Benin Republic. Some of the sites we visited, none of them can be even compared with some tourist center we have in Nigeria. And I now believe we paid. Assuming Nigeria is well protected, all those sites, this is another way for Nigeria to get something. I don't know if you just mentioned the national park.
I'm understanding.
But all these things are all unaccessible because you hear, you want to go into the forest, you'll be kidnapped. You want to do this, you'll be kidnapped. Somebody was telling me now he needed 50,000 naira to add to his flight money. I said, enter road now. He said, Oga, can't enter road.
Because he's afraid.
He's afraid. And when you look at aviation now, the lease is 100, 200, you understand what I'm saying? Because they now make everything difficult. Both the traveler, even the farmer. That is where the problems lie. And I want to shape in this. The issue of money or no money. Sir, I want to tell you, the treasure base of any country lies in the forest. Nigeria is losing about $1 trillion year in, year out to this kidnapper, to this criminal element in the forest. Because of the mineral resources. Now, if you want to say, you will be saying that maybe the richest state in Nigeria, they say Delta or River, because they have oil.
They have oil.
Ordinary Nasarawa here and the Kaduna can feed the entire country because of abundance of mineral resources in their forests.
That are untapped.
Untapped. But how can you assess it? Is because, how can you assess it? It is when the villagers or the miner are well protected. And let me tell you, the issue of mining marshal, forest ranger, this and that, Nigeria forest is big than being policed by one department of paramilitary. It should be a paramilitary on its own full capacity.
Yes.
Not maybe, we have a agro ranger in civil defense that are protecting farmer. But it's just a department. That is why
it's not an entire organization.
Organization. So if anything happened today, the Commander General of NHFSS, if anything happened in the forest, should be questioned. But nobody can question anybody. You can't question the civil defense. because that is normal their mandate. You can't question the
yes.
police. You can't question the military. They are only doing this out of commitment and patriotism in order to make sure they secure Nigeria's vast land.
Yes.
And the security organization must be created for the purpose of maintaining forest surveillance, security press. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
I'm getting it.
It's not about departmental policing now. It should be a full-fledged security agency.
But it's much as Ambassador Joshua has mentioned, it's about a full-fledged organization set aside to ensure the security of our forests, the protection of our forest reserves, and all the natural minerals and the wealth embedded in this forest. Now, Ambassador has made several calls for, a revamping of our security and a beefing up of our security structure, especially within areas that the police or the military have not manned or can't man due to the lack of basic amenities there. But he and his men have been doing tremendous work in some of these areas. Kudos to the NHFSS. Let's come back to you now, Ambassador. In terms of recruitment, I believe a lot of people want to know how you recruit your men into your organization, ensuring that you don't sort of bring in criminal elements into the organization who might sabotage the good works that you're already doing.
Yes, sir. I think I have said it earlier. We have a form that we will give you before you can be documented into our national database. And this form will be filled by the officer coming in, and it must be signed by 3 individuals.
Who are guarantors?
The guarantors. Number 1, the king of your village must sign.
Yes.
Because we believe the traditional institution, they are the custodian of domestic security.
Yes.
If I'm a criminal now, my king is supposed to write something about me.
Yes.
And if I can avert the issue of my king, police must have document
about you.
of my dealings in the past. Police will sign, DSS will sign.
Because the DSS has information on whether you have had some sort of criminal
background. Even there are a lot of things you are doing that you think they are not aware, that DSS will know. So there's no way you can smart the king or the police or the DSS. 3 of them must get something about you. It is after thorough vetting before we now proceed for documentation. So that's how we recruit. And from there you will now go for training, refresher course organized by the police or civil defense or the DSS.
The DSS, which you have mentioned.
Because we refer to them as the parenting body of our organization. We don't rival them. They are our father. We are ready to learn. Today now, in terms of discipline,
yes, when
you see civil defense, you respect them.
Yes.
Because when they commissioned them 2004, they went for rigorous training by the military. I imagine when military train you, your head must correct. You understand what I'm saying? Even though if you get scorsor before, they will bring that scorsor to normalcy. So we are ready. If government sign us into law today, we are ready to be trained under the capacity of the military in Nigeria, which is one of the best in the world. So that is how we do our recruitment.
Well, that's an interesting take, Ambassador Joshua. Let's talk about the issue of armory in your organization, the NHFSS, when it comes to how you combat some of these crimes. Do you care to let us in on the types of weapons or the types of ammunition that your men use there in the forest?
We used to educate our people. Like the police, whenever we are in training, they will tell us, in this job, you wait for your time.
Yes. That
the police carry AK-47 or pop passion or this and that doesn't mean we must carry it.
Yes.
Because they are constituted.
They are constituted authority.
Yes. And in the face of law, it's as if we don't exist. We are only assisting them.
Because
that is
there
why we are
hasn't been
agitating for
an
the
official assent by the
assent.
president.
Exactly. That's why we are agitating for this assent.
Yes.
For us to. And after assent, it is government that will tell us through the military or the police what are the kind of weapon that need to be used by the NHFSS, because we can't operate independently. We must operate with the government policy.
Yes.
For now, naturally, hunter carry their gun, and that is what we have been using to get result. But, quote, in some cases, where we are working with the military, they do give our men who know how to operate to also follow them
in action.
Yes, with their gun. They're not owned by us.
Just loaned out to your men.
Exactly. During the course of that operation.
Yes.
And immediately we are done,
you return it to the army.
Imagine during the time they kidnapped some university student in Kogi State.
Yes.
Hunter was actively involved in the recovery of those people. We collaborated with both the police and the military.
Yes.
And you don't expect us to go with cutlass. So they loan us their machine.
Yes.
And immediately we are done, we return back to Amore. So we continue with our day gun. You have to wait for your time. So when the assent comes today, I believe the needful will be done.
Well, let's hope that the appropriate courts or authorities are listening right now and will do the needful to ensure that assent sees the light of day, and the NHFSS, gets the proper armory that it needs to be able to operate, in full force.
Yes, sir.
If we talk about funding, let us in on how your organization is funded, being that it is not yet fully a legal organization under Nigerian law.
For now, we are volunteer, and all these things you are seeing,
yes,
the uniform, the boot, is a personal effort.
Individual.
And we used to motivate our men across the country.
Yes.
Some people work for the country, Nigeria, before it became Nigeria. When Alex Ekweme clocked 75, they asked him, what was your happiest day? He said, the day Nigeria got her independent. I hope you understand,
yes,
sir. Meaning that it's a patriotic Nigeria. He never said the day he became vice president or the day he has about 3 PhD, 7 master degree. He never mentioned those things. But he said the day Nigeria got out, they now say what he said, because he was one of the struggle. He contributed. I hope you understand it.
I understand it.
Because if our hero did not fight for Nigeria, there wouldn't have been Nigeria today.
Yes.
So we used to tell our people, let's begin to fight. This is why we are fighting for our country to be free of criminality.
Yes.
It's not our own gain. It's unborn children. Many people are traveling out of the country now for safety.
Because they are afraid of
being kidnapped. Even we that we are doing this, that was about a commitment. So we do tell our people, our time will come. Civil defense, all of you heavy today, they have suffered too. And today they are under government agency. So we must pay our own due. This is what we are doing. And the governors, some of them are helping us, like maybe the governor of Bauchi is paying 40,000 naira to about 600 members of our men.
Every month?
Every month.
Wow.
And we now told our commander there, be giving them 30,000. Those that are not captured, the 10,000 naira
should go to them.
You should go to them. It's order to also motivate them. And some of our people, they are also engaging in community safety, all these private guard.
Yes.
Like the Ministry of Transportation. There was a time they kidnapped the people from train going from Kaduna from Abuja to Kaduna.
Yes.
Since then, Federal Ministry has employed 100 of our boys on surveillance unit.
Along the train tracks.
Along the corridor. And since then, we have returned normalcy.
Yes.
Because we report adequately, intelligently to the police
Yes.
and to the military. Since then, there's no kidnapping attempt there. And maybe they are giving us 40,000 naira per month.
Yes.
At that 40, we pay 30. Those that are not yet captured,
You pay
we
10.
pay them. That's how we mobilize. And the people that are doing, okay, just last month now, National Stadium just gave us 100 slots to secure the perimeter fence of National Stadium. If they pay, those that are yet to be captured, maybe we pay them 30, the remaining 10,000, we also give them.
Did you say 100 million?
No, 100 slots.
100 slots. Okay.
That is 100 guard.
Okay.
You understand what I'm
To
saying?
secure the perimeter.
Perimeter fence. So maybe if they pay, we can also deduct 10,000 naira
From all these boys.
Yes, we should pay those people that are not yet getting employment. So that's what we do now, because they say an evil and idle mind is workshop of the devil.
Yes.
So you must be doing something. Why keep waiting and fighting for your country?
Well, Ambassador, it's quite important that you have laid out this point. It's about keeping your hands busy. It's about ensuring that in anything that you do while waiting for an official assent from the presidency as part of the NHFSS, continue doing the works that you're doing. I believe your boys are watching right now. You mentioned that that they want to.
Yes, we send it to them, all of them across the country.
Exactly. It's all about ensuring that your hands are busy, because just much as Ambassador has said, the devil's workshop is an idle mind. So don't keep idle and continue to work. We have just about 7 minutes to let you out of the studio, Ambassador Joshua. Let's talk about the issue of holistic security in the nation, and not just about forest security now. You work with grassroots level security forces to ensure that crime and criminality is curbed from the grassroots, which is usually where we see these vices springing up from. The Lakrawas have been in existence since 2016, operating on the ground in local communities, collecting taxes that are meant for the federal government into their own pockets, recruiting people on the ground. What sort of approach do you think that the Nigeria security forces, inclusive of the military and paramilitary and the police, can adopt to ensure that we stem down insecurity nationwide?
Yeah, thank you. I think the only approach is to allow synergy among all the security agencies to avoid interagency rivalry.
Yes.
Do you understand? Don't let be, this man now is carrying a gun. I'm a civil defender. I'm not in charge of that, because mine is to protect critical infrastructure. No. We must work together holistically to make sure that we bring down crimes and criminality to zero level. So there should be no interagency rivalry. It is when we synergize that we can complement or supplement the national security. It's a build-up something. You see this one, you tackle it. I see this one, I tackle it. From there, there will be no hiding place for the criminals. The police, the military, the civil defense, even the NIA, the CIA, the DIA, all of them must come together as one entity that are fighting one goal, one common cause, which is crime and criminality. So I think the best way, both the hunter, the civil defense, is collaboration to complement and to supplement national security, not giving room for interagency rivalry or probably segregation, racial segregation.
Yes.
We must collaborate.
I believe you are quite familiar with the term community policing.
Yes.
A very hot topic of debate in the country, with some for and others against it for whatever reason. What part do you fall under in all of this? Are you subscribing to community policing, being that somehow the NHFS is partly in line with community policing?
I think that question is for authority.
Okay.
How do I mean? We are trying to come aboard.
Yes.
And we are not here to castigate any policy of the government. But my view is that all the security apparatus
yes.
need cooperation. Do you understand what I'm saying? There are a lot of agitation. If state police is being probably allowed, that some governor might hijack, might this, might that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
State
some
police.
People, they will say this and that. Community police have been in existence. Some of our members were recruited into it. They will go, they say constabulary, they do this. But we are talking about central working system of all the security agencies. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not in my position to say it's government policy. Either the community policing should now be divided into state policing, local government policing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
It all depends on the view of the government policy.
Well, now I know you are not categorically saying that this has to be done or shouldn't be done, but in your opinion, as a security expert, what viable means do you think is best? Should we go for state policing? Do you think it could help in curbing insecurity to a certain extent?
Generally, virtually all the states has adopted state policing. Because when you go to Southwest,
yes,
we have Amotekun.
Amotekun, yeah.
And Amotekun is in 6 states of the country.
And Ebubago in the Southeast.
Ebubago in the Southeast. They have yielded the result. That is the question. We are talking about a federal agency that will fill in the missing link within the forest.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it's still the same police. When you say state policing, does the state police officer enter forest? We are talking about those that know the terrain, those that know where these people are hiding.
Yes.
So I think that is my summation.
Well, in closing, I believe you have a message for the appropriate authorities listening or watching us right now, and also your message to your men all over the country who might either be watching this on television or online. What would be your message to them? I want you to just take a look at this camera and send your message in a few minutes before we leave you.
This has been my usual take.
Okay. And
I thank you for remembering me. To all our officers in all the 36 states of the country, my usual word is to continue to charge you people to be more committed. You have to increase on your patriotism and commitment to national security. And above all, remain focused and disciplined. Discipline is the strength of any organization. You have to respect the police, respect the military, because they are the father of this organization. That you are be trained on different capacity with the police, with the military, doesn't make us to be equal to them. They are our father, they know better than us, so you continue to respect them in your various community, in your various locality, and also you continue to synergize with them as a parenting father.
Well, Ambassador Joshua, I must thank you so much. It's
welcome,
been a very, very intense conversation. And thank you for the works that you do. Thank you for protecting our forest. And we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Well done, sir.
Well, that has been Ambassador Joshua Osatimehin, who is the Commander General, Nigeria Hunters and Forest Security Service, saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that they protect our forest reserves, our vast forest reserves, and the inherent wealth and natural mineral resources in this forest, sharing his thoughts with us on the security situation in the country. Well, this is where we wrap it up on this segment of Morning Express. But do well to note that this particular episode is available or will be available for you to rewatch much later on our YouTube channel and Facebook as well. And by 8 p.m. tonight, there will be a repeat broadcast, so do well to tune in and enjoy.